Amazing.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's Wednesday Wisdom and middle of the it just comes up past so fast. And Tori and I were just talking about how windy and cold it is here in New South Wales. I'm assuming it's all over New South Wales. Yeah, down here in the South Coast and in near the Blue Mountains for Tori. So good morning, Tori.
Good morning, Liz. Thank you so much for having me. It's good to see your face again after I think it's probably been a couple of years since we have seen
it. Has.
Face. Yeah.
It has. And so, and I know my daughter is, a regular, you and Carly connect on a regular basis.
Yes.
And I think it might have been her that said something the other day, and I thought, I've got to get Tori on for a Wednesday Wisdom because we're talking about lingerie and women's breast health and all of that sort of stuff. And so it's really important topic that we actually haven't covered in Women of Light.
Yes.
So I'm really happy and excited to talk with you today.
Well, it's definitely a bit of a niche, isn't it? I often find when people ask me, so what do you do? I often get into this pickle where they go, what do you mean because my technical role is a bra fit specialist, right? And they're like, what do you mean? Does that mean that you make bras? Like, it's sort of the thing that is not really well understood. And I think that's because what I do is actually so broad. So yes, I fit women for bras, and yes, I style and I do all that fun stuff. But at the essence and the ethos of what I do is inspiring women to show up as their best selves through the vessel of something that is so simple as your lingerie or your foundations or the basic pieces that you have in your wardrobe. And literally just working with women like I was working with Carly, we'll have multiple appointments. So she'll come to me for a virtual lingerie capsule consultation, which is the fancy name. And then once she gets all her pieces, we get together and we do some styling and we do some feel good stuff. And then we have a seasonal appointment and we'll see each other a couple of years later. It's this whole process of really building the woman up to appreciate herself as she is and make that conscious choice every morning when she's opening up that lingerie drawer, which if I asked most people, how's your bra drawer looking? They would probably die of embarrassment because
yes. Well, because we're so busy, right? And as women, we have been culturally conditioned to serve others because we're so good at it. We're like that. We're nurturers. We're providers. We love serving. That's the motherly thing. And so, I just went to a Mind Body Spirit festival for 4 days at Darling Harbour, and I was so busy getting everything together, I forgot to bring my food. Yeah. And my food's really important. So I had to, like eating, stuff that I knew wasn't going to serve my body when I was healing people. Yeah. It's something that we're coming back into, right, is that nurturing and that self-appreciation of, well, when I put something on, I've actually got one of your bras on today, to tell you the truth.
Yay. Which one? Can you give us a little strap?
It's actually just a very natural colour one. Like it's to go, like, it's a comfortable bra, and all of your bras are, which is really nice. And so it's being comfortable with what you're doing, but actually having some quality as well, like some style and appreciation of your own body. So tell us a little bit more about that, like having confidence, knowing what you're wearing underneath your clothes, right?
Yes. It's absolutely a bit of a Wonder Woman suit, I would liken it to, because everything that we do at Intimo is for the female gaze. There's nothing about, like, if you go onto our website, there's nothing by the male gaze. There's no, like, everything's designed by women in-house by our own female designers. And we truly believe that if you feel good and comfortable, like the world is a better place. Imagine
Absolutely. Confidence.
If every woman was just confident and loved herself, and imagine the ripple effect that we could have on the world when women feel that way. That's what, and we just know, I mean, if you're wearing an uncomfortable bra, you're going to know about it all day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And just to make, like, to highlight that point, I know that like we were just talking, my daughter's turning 28 today, right? So it's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Carly, if you're watching.
Happy birthday, Carly.
And I just know, you know, we could be talking about all sorts of stuff, but then if your name comes up, she just feel like you can see that she's got this relationship with you around her body and her style, and you can notice the shift in her. And so having someone there that's supporting you to feel good, be comfortable, have feel sensual and a little bit, like attractive in your body, regardless of whether it's seen or unseen by anybody else, is so important for us. When we've been pushed down and, like, there's so much out there to sexualize our bodies, and if our bodies don't look like the image, then, we don't feel good, right? To have someone that's there to support you through that process is really important, and especially for the younger generation as well.
Yes. Well, Liz, I have, like you, I've daughters. I've got 2 daughters. They are 1 and 6. And so I'm hyper aware of all those messages that are out in the world already that exist to tell us that we're not good enough, we're not skinny enough, our boobs are not big enough, our bum's not round enough. I'm so aware of those messages. There's so much out there that's saying, like, without people even realizing that the female body, for whatever reason, is not good enough. Even if we go back to the fact that there are women, 4-6 weeks postpartum having to look for care for their babies to get back in the workforce, like there's a constant narrative of women, like, not being good enough, whether that's in their body or otherwise. And so I think the most powerful thing for me is, like what you said, working with women to change that narrative about themselves, because the most common objection that I get is, I'm not going to spend $100 on a bra, Tori, because I need to spend the money on my kids, or I would rather save it for a holiday for my kids. That narrative to me is saying that, well, you're not worth it. You don't believe that you are worth the investment to feel good every day. And so that is actually, like, overarchingly, that's my work. That's my job, is to actually change that narrative about women waking up and intrinsically feeling, I'm actually worth this investment today, and I'm worth putting this $100 bra on me that makes me feel incredible, and matching it with the pretty briefs and putting my beautiful merino sweater over the top and actually feeling good and not feeling guilty. Because
absolutely. And this is one of the things that's really interesting, right?
Yeah.
Explaining to a woman that's still, I mean, if you've got a 1-year-old, your hormones, I know through the work that I've done and do, that your hormones are still not gone, they don't go back to normal for 2 years.
Wow.
And so, explaining to a woman that's got a couple of kids, they're working hard, their relationships may be failing a bit because the children are taking up all of a sudden all the attention, that actually feeling okay and comfortable in yourself is going to be that ripple effect out into your relationship, your kids, and how you bring them up. So that $100 on yourself is not just on a bra, is all, is actually on your family.
Yeah, it's
because when you show up, right?
Yeah.
Feeling like, hey, this is who I am.
Yes.
It makes a huge difference to your children and to your relationship and the world.
And I think, like, aside from the money investment, like, you're going to spend $100 on a bra today. That bra, you're going to wear that bra for 5 years. And when you think about how many times you're going to wear that bra, you end up getting your money's worth. Like at Inspo, we are very, very proud of the quality of our bras. I have fit some ladies who have come back after 8 years and their bra is, it's still together. Like after 8 years, that is a testament to the quality. But aside from the money that you spend on yourself as an investment, it's that time. My appointments are set aside for 30 to 40 minutes. So, and 10 to 15 minutes of that is me getting to understand who you are through a discovery process and going through the 7 lanes of the discovery process so that I can actually curate something which is personalized to you, not just wrap a tape measure around you, go, what's your size? Here's the bra for you. Yeah. So it's actually setting aside that time away from the kids with a cuppa so we can go through and delve deep into what it is what's actually going to serve you. What can we do to actually make your life easier? How can we add value to your life, to your mornings? How can we make your mornings easier? How can you make you feel good intrinsically on a day-to-day basis? So I think it's the time investment, which we all say that we're busy. We wear it like a badge of honor. But really, if we can shift that focus to just make half an hour every 6 months to do this sort of check-in, it can just make, as you said, a massive ripple effect. And the amount of messages that I get back, Liz, that just say, Tori, thank you so much. I'm so excited to receive my stuff. And it's Christmas, like when it rocks up on the doorstep in this little white box and you get to try it all on, you just feel like a new woman. And imagine that every day.
Yeah. Carly has sent me photos. Guess what just arrived? And so can we just change gears a little bit and actually talk about the disadvantages, what it's like having a bra that's not comfortable, that's not fit well, that's falling apart. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yes. So the obvious stuff on your health, right? Especially if we're a fuller busted woman, if you're not supported in that region, you're going to have immediate back issues. I've worked with osteos and chiropractors that are like, we need you to come in here and sort out these women with these double D E-cup breasts, because especially when we're sitting over hunched at the desk all day, it's really bad for our posture. Obviously, if you're wearing a bra with underwire, which most women are, if the underwire is not sitting correctly where it should be, so underneath the breast tissue, then we've got all sorts of issues. Underwire sitting on the breast tissue, we just know that can lead to lots of issues down the track. And then I suppose the other thing that we are really passionate about at Intimo is breast health in general, in terms of your prevention for breast cancer and knowing what your normal is. So I think just even being in tune with your breast, having a well-fitting bra, you know what your breasts look like. If you're trying to squish your boobs into a bra that doesn't fit for you, it's really hard to do your normal breast check because they're squished all over the place. You don't know what they usually look like. So that's something that we're really passionate about as well. Obviously, you're going to know if your bra is not fitting because the straps are either going to be falling off, the band's going to be riding up your back, something's going to be digging in somewhere. In general, you're going to feel uncomfortable. And a lot of the time, Liz, it's either the size. We've got the size wrong because what we do is we get fitted when we're like 14, 15, and then we just carry that size through our brain.
Or we don't get fitted at all. We just try them on like at the shop, Target and Kmart.
And there's not a lot of choice for size at the shops, so you're often restricted. So then you just go with whatever you think fits, and then you just end up with that forever. Even though your size has changed, your tissue type has changed. You've been breastfeeding, pregnancy, you've been exercising, losing weight, putting on weight. Your tissue type has actually changed. So it's really important to look at the different styles of bras as well. Like we're talking support bras, something with a little bit fuller cup coverage. There's just so much. There's so much out there that as a normal woman looking for a bra, you wouldn't know. Like you just wouldn't know.
No.
And that's why I think it's important to have somebody who understands the structure of the bra, the anatomy of boobs, how it all works, what's going to be like high impact, low impact. I think it's just really important to have somebody to take that, that stress away of knowing what to look for and knowing how it fits, doesn't fit. But in general, Liz, like you would know, if it doesn't fit, it's going to look bad or it's going to feel bad.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and especially you know, it's not until you get fitted, you know, like with you or, you know, someone that knows what they're actually doing that you go, because I remember the first time Carly and I came and I was like,
yes.
oh, is this what it's supposed to feel like?
Yes, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And I think, you know, the gold in what we do is that we fit over 4 million women. Like we know boobs. We really do. And if you go into like a David Jones or a Maya, like they're doing their best job, but they're a retail assistant. They just don't know. Boobs.
Yeah. And I've got to just, you know, there is shops that you can go to, what's it called, bras and things or whatever. But even in there, like the level of detail is not there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not there. And the quality of bra is the same, you know. So, and so, not that I should be bagging anything else, but, you know, like
it's just a differing experience. That's all it is. I think we've all had like, you know, we've all had different customer service experiences where we go, well, that was okay, but I know I could get better experience somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the other things I know, because I watch you on Instagram and Facebook, you've got like what you're wearing right now is actually part of Intimo as well. So they go into clothing or comfortable, you know, day wear as well. Is it night wear as well?
Yeah, at Intimo, we're pretty much a one-stop shop now. So we've got everything from your active wear, your sleep wear, your work from home, corporate, like everything. And that's because our ethos is to enable women to just have a sense of ease when they're getting dressed and a sense of simplicity. So everything that we manufacture is obviously of the highest standard. There's a lot of merino wool that's manufactured and sourced here in Australia. But the idea is that it's that neutral palette. It fits on lots of different body types. We have a great inclusive size range. The idea is that it's so simple. So you can just open up your wardrobe and go, okay, I've got a capsule wardrobe. Everything fits with everything. And I don't have to worry about getting dressed this morning, and I can focus on my kids, or I can focus on, you know, my meditation or my journaling. It's just about making it easier. So yes, everything that I'm wearing today, a beautiful merino sweater, a little dress, and then a little scarf over the top. I'm always wearing something Intimo. Sometimes it will be a lot, and sometimes it will just be one.
Yeah, really comfortable. And so merino wool would be good for this time of the year, right?
Yes. So as you know, it's very thermoregulating. I sell it to a lot of menopausal women as well, because they find that it's just super light. It's easy to throw on and off, you know. The word
and our demographic in Women of Light is actually 35 to about 65 is the peak. So we'd have a lot of menopausal women on here.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, I can't speak for it through my own experience, but I have definitely heard that it's it's quite an easy piece to wear. And I think, you know, when you think of merino wool, there can be lots of different variations, but as I said, everything, like, we're very, very proud of the sustainability and the ethical manufacturing, and just the lengths that we'll go to make sure that everything is of a super high standard. And I think that's reflected often in the price. Like, we're not a high end brand, but, you know, it's definitely not like your Big W or your Kmart prices. But I think what you get for that, with the value that you get when, you know, you're in my Facebook group, you see all the styling things that you do, you see all the extra value adds, you get so much, and you get a sense of quality for that. So it's really special.
So I've got a couple of your bras, but I don't think I've got any. I'll have to come and check it out now, because, you know, like Carly's right into it. I'm like, oh yeah, I've got fitted, still working. You know, yes. They're still working for me, so I'll have to come and see you.
Well, I've been doing everything virtual, as you know, over the last couple of years. We've completely pivoted our business, which worked really well for me because I had a newborn at the time, so I wasn't going anywhere. So I've been doing everything virtually for the last couple of years, but I've just turned this space, the front room, into a little bit of a fitting studio for local clients. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I still go out to people in small groups. It's just, it's just a little bit of everything. So
and have a do a like a little party.
Yeah.
So I remember someone coming to your house once when I was leaving, and they were talking about how they'd all had wine together, and you came over. Yeah, I remember that. So, so Tori, how do women get in contact with you if they're interested in, having something in person or online? You've got a Facebook group and Instagram, right? And and so
I've got a public Instagram, which you can follow me there, and then I can pop up my booking link, which will take you to the different ways that we can connect. So we can either do virtual over Zoom. You can come here for a cuppa if you're around Penrith Blue Mountains area, and then I do have a closed Facebook group as well, which is my closed clients hub. So that's where we do lots of different we'll do fundraising in there, we'll do styling, lots of fun little things throughout the week. But if you don't mind, Liz, I might just pop up my open booking link, and then
that's what absolutely. So once we're finished, we'll just jump back in, and if you just put all everything that you need to in there so that people can get in contact with you. And also, I just remembered, because often I forget, being Wednesday Wisdom, I asked the ladies that I'm talking to, what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Oh, that's a good one. And you have actually, you didn't prepare me for this at all. So I actually have to think
we were supposed to prepare you. Maybe.
I love that, because I feel like we've just been chatting organically, and probably you had a list of questions that you wanted to ask me and we've forgotten.
No, I don't have a list of questions, but we were supposed to tell you about that one.
Okay.
Tell my team.
I reckon the best piece of advice I've ever gotten is to stay in your own lane. And to keep your blinkers on a little bit. So, and the reason that I apply that is because as a young mum in business, it can be so easy to look out and look at what everybody else is presenting, what everybody else is doing, what they're achieving, blah, blah, blah. But I have a lane. I have a very specific lane. I serve people in that lane. I serve myself in that lane. And, and I thrive in that lane. So I think it's just important to remember that, and to remember that you're not everybody's person.
No, that's absolutely so true, right? And we are conditioned to believe that we need to look at everybody else and compare ourselves, right? It's actually part of our makeup, and yet it's so true. Like other people may be doing something completely different to you, and you don't know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. So
but it's working for them because that's who they are, and love and compassion to them because they're doing amazing things, and that's okay. They can do that, and I can do my thing over here and still be successful and happy. So that's been a big learning curve for me, because as a women, like, we're naturally people pleasers, aren't we? Love me.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. I love that one. So good.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Tori. It's been lovely chatting again.
Thank you. It's so good to see your face.
Yeah, and we'll definitely have to catch up soon. Maybe we'll have to have something with Carly.
For sure. Yes, special mummy-daughter, a little mummy-daughter date, like the first time. Or 5 years ago. It was a while ago. Well, thank you so much for having me. It was such a pleasure. And as always, you're just so easy to talk to, and you're such a joy. Thank you for having me in your special group. I'm so honoured.
And it's been so good because, as I said, we haven't had anyone talking about breast care and bras and all that sort of stuff. And it was like, oh, of course, why haven't I? Like, this is such an important topic. So
yes.
Take care. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll catch you soon.
Have a great day.